All right, BrainTrain May 21, we're going to talk about music and how we could use that as a tool to help us focus. So we already, know music could elevate our mood, it could make us sad, and it could make us happy, and it's a very, absolutely a necessary part of our life, right, in order to enrich our lives. But when we're talking music for the focus, we're really talking about using our sense of hearing. And the sense of hearing could have a lot of distractions of different sounds, and the music, when it comes to songs, could also be um, distracting, in its own way. So the type of music that we're talking about for focus music will pretty much be instrumental music, and I'm sure you've seen, Spotify, YouTube, and other streaming music channels that are geared for focus music. The difference between the focus music and other sounds or songs is that, besides the fact that it's instrumental, is that the effects of whether it's helping you focus or not, okay, because there's different types of focus music that you need to figure out which works for you. The effect of it, whether it's working for you or not, it's immediate. Okay, so once you find a focus music, and it's not going to be just one song, but a sort of a type of focus music that works for you, that sense of being in focus will become very immediate. Okay, so this is why it is such a good, easy tool to build and to create, your playlist, your go-to. And it happens in two ways. So number one is the act of association. So kind of like Pavlov's dog, that association. Once you create that playlist and you start that music, that you're linking it to the activity of the focus work that you need to do. The second thing is, like I said, this immediate sort of syncing of your mind to this to the music of the instrument. And it works sort of in the background, so it's something that you play low level, that you don't have to be distracted by songs or the type of tempo or the type of music where it makes you want to like get up and move. Okay, although for the workout playlist, that is one of my biggest fitness tips, is to have your workout playlist. And yes, those are going to be the songs, whatever instrument or not, that helps sync your physical movements, that elicits that physical movement, be it the tempo or just because you love the song. Here we're talking about focused work. And when I say focused work, it doesn't necessarily mean like just studying, but it's in any endeavor. So it could be the house chores, where you don't want to be distracted. I believe that anything you do, be it washing dishes, folding laundry, all the way to, being a astronomer and rocket scientist and all that, you could access the flow. Okay, so obviously there's all sorts of other things that we do for all the tools that we build on. Okay, we're just talking that music is one of those tools, and this is an actionable item that's very easy to incorporate regardless of your time and regardless of your energy, because obviously focus is affected by the big five, which is your nutrition and sleep, nutrition, sleep slash rest, right? Your levels and type of stress, your physical activity. So those are the big four, and then the five is the sort of what I collect under our engagement, whether it's with the environment, engagement with the environment, whether we're talking about nature, people, our jobs, our family, just our world that we're engaging in. So those 5 things, especially if you know already that you're lacking in something, that's kind of a big to do. It could be overwhelming. So along the way, as we're working on those things, we're constantly trying to incorporate the tools and methods and processes and apps and all the things, right? All our senses, all the tools, all the things. So music is going to be a huge part of this. Now, this doesn't mean that we should always have something, going on in our ears. There's obviously a very necessary part of a benefit of silence. Okay, but here's what I'm going to say about silence when it comes to focus. Number one, it's very hard in this day and age actually to find real silence. Okay, and for some people, silence is very loud. Okay, so it's a whole different type of component of something that we need in our life. But so I'm not saying silence is bad. Silence is absolutely beautiful and necessary, but we do need to have a way to help us focus. This is not, cheating our way into it. It's just the way our brains are wired. And the task that you have is that it's not just anything labeled to focus music, right? You have to actually try out which one works for you. And the benefit of focus music is that once you find it, the effect is immediate. So here's some resources. So all of these streaming services have focus music, ADHD music, concentration music genres. So those are good places to start. Just be aware that a lot of the streaming services will have interruptions with ads, which then kind of negates the whole purpose of being able to control the distraction and get into focus and flow. So there are paid services that you could try. One I like is Focus at Will.com. And if you don't want to pay for it, I highly suggest that you try this service for their 7-day free trial period. During this time, you could take their survey. They have a quiz to help sort of pinpoint the type of music that should work best for you, right? Meaning sometimes it's classical, sometimes it's nature sounds, it depends. People with ADHD prefer a lot more upbeat music, so it kind of pinpoints for you the type of focus music that will probably work best for you, and so that gives you a head start without having to R&D for yourself from scratch. Okay, so give it a go.